This is all over the news. When you go to Google and type in real estate, the first thing that's gonna pop up are tons of articles about the National Association of Realtors, also known as NAR. They have reached a huge settlement in an ongoing lawsuit, a lawsuit that cost them $418 million. We have got to talk about this. What is going on in the real estate world? Let's talk about it. This lawsuit is involving realtors' commissions. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Before we talk about this, the first thing I need everyone to do, especially if you're a realtor, is calm down. The sky is not falling in. The world is not coming to an end. Everything is going to be okay. Y'all remember that song that went viral a little while ago? It said, calm down, calm down. Like, just calm down. Take a chill pill, especially if you're a realtor. Now, let's get into this article. So I'm going to pull the article up on my phone so that way I'm not missing anything, because there are lots of in and outs. Now, before we talk about the article, let me explain how real estate commissions have worked in the past. What has typically happened is the home seller pays for their listing agent's commission along with the buyer's agent's commission. If you've ever purchased a home, you most likely did not pay your agent for their real estate commissions. And the reason you did not pay for your real estate commissions as a buyer is because, like I said, the seller's side typically pays for it. So in most situations, you would see a case to where the seller's agent was making 3% commission and the buyer's agent was making 3% commission. But what happened is, at the listing appointment, the listing agent would negotiate their commission, which would typically be 6%. In most cases, it would typically be 6%. And then said listing agent would split their commission with the buyer's agent. And keep in mind, it's not actually the agent, it's the broker. The broker is the one who divvies up the commissions. So make sure you understand that. Now, let's just use a $300,000 house for this scenario. So said listing agent A comes in and says, hey, we're going to list your house. The seller agrees to it. The listing agent negotiates a 6% commission. So 300,000 times 6% commission, that's $18,000 in real estate commissions that the seller has agreed to pay. Now, 18,000 divided by 2 is 9,000. So that means the listing agent would get 9,000 and the buyer's agent would get 9,000, because remember, the listing agent is splitting the commission with the buyer's agent. Now, the very first thing to keep in mind here is that real estate commissions have always been negotiable. No matter what anybody tells you, real estate commissions have been negotiable. It's just been practice that it's 6%, and like I said, the buyer's agent is getting 3% as well. So that listing agent in most cases is not pocketing the full 6%. So let's talk about what's going on now with the National Association of Realtors. What has happened now, a group of sellers have came together and sued the National Association of Realtors due to commissions. They felt that it was not right that they were paying the buyer's agent as well as the listing agent. This has been going on for a while, and now a settlement has been reached. As I said, the National Association of Realtors has been ordered to pay $418 million worth of damages. So what does this mean exactly for you as a home buyer and a home seller? Well, as a home seller, as I said before, the real estate agent's commission has always been negotiable. What this means now is you now have the option to say, hey, I am not paying a buyer's agent to list my home. I am not going to pay a buyer's agent for this transaction. So what that means is then the listing agent has agreed to take a commission by themselves from the seller. In other words, let's use the $300,000 house, for example. Let's say the listing agent negotiates a 3% commission. So 300,000 times 3% is $9,000. That means that the listing agent is getting $9,000 to list this particular home. Well, when the listing agent puts the home on the MLS, there is typically a small portion that an agent can look at to see how much a seller is offering in compensation to the buyer's agent. That is not happening anymore. That will not happen according to the settlement that is supposed to be taking place in July of this year, 2024. So the listing agent is being compensated $9,000, which is 3% of the $300,000 house. So what does the buyer's agent do? Do they work for free? The answer is no. If you are a buyer's agent, you would be responsible for your agent's commission. This is something that has to be talked about before you actually start touring homes. As I said in the past, buyers typically have not paid their agent's commission. Now remember, the seller still has the option to offer the commission to the buyer's agent. They still have the option. If they choose not to, once again, the buyer is responsible for the agent's commission. So commissions must be agreed upon before you start touring homes. As an agent, we have the fiduciary responsibility to educate our clients and keep their best interests at the top of our mind. So let's say you are wanting to purchase, we'll use a $300,000 example again. Let's say you are wanting to purchase a $300,000 home as a home buyer. You come across the home that is listed with the listing agent and it's $300,000. Well, the seller said they are not offering a buyer's commission. That means that you as the home buyer are responsible for whatever commission you agreed upon with your buyer's agent. Most agents are going to tell you that their commission fee is 3%. Some will say less, some will say more. It all depends. However, remember, commissions are negotiable. Keep in mind, if you are going to purchase a home, you need to be prepared to pay your agent's commission if the seller is not offering it. Now, if the seller is not offering commission, what can you do if you do not have money to pay your agent? This is a big question. What do you do? Well, you can try to negotiate the agent's commission down. You have to remember that agents are not going to work for free. Most people in the world are not going to work for free. So keep at the forefront of your mind that commissions are negotiable. Another thing you could do that a lot of people are talking about, and some people are even afraid of, you could go directly to the listing agent. But what does that mean for you as a buyer? Remember, the listing agent has the seller's best interests at the top of their mind. They have agreed to work with the seller. So if you as the buyer goes directly to the listing agent, you may be doing yourself a disservice because that seller's agent does not have your best interest at heart. They work for the listing agent. I'm sure they would write up the contract, do the things they needed to do, but again, you may not get the best deal possible. That's just one scenario. Now, how does this affect VA buyers? VA buyers are not allowed to pay real estate commissions. That is something that's up in the air that people are still talking about. Remember, this is not in effect until July of 2024. July of 2024. So as of right now, things are still the same. On the MLS, we are still seeing people as in sellers offer the real estate commissions. I haven't ran into a situation yet to where a buyer wanted to put in an offer on a house that had 0% commission. But no matter what, like I said at the beginning of the video, calm down, take a breath. it's going to be okay. Now, with this scenario, why would a seller even offer to pay a buyer's agent? Why would they do that? And it's going to save them thousands of dollars in commission. Literally, we're talking about a $300,000 example. That saves them $9,000 off of the gate. So why would they offer a buyer's agent commission? So the value in offering a buyer's agent commission, it goes like this. Let me give you another scenario. If you have two houses, let's say you have house A and house B. You are a buyer and you like both houses. You have your buyer's agent, you love your buyer's agent. They are phenomenal. They've been helping you along the way. They're really good. You have a really good realtor. So again, you have two houses. House A, the seller is not offering to pay commission, which means you as the buyer are responsible to pay your agent's commission. So then you have house B, which you really love as well. House B is offering to pay your agent's commission, which means you don't have to come out of pocket to pay your agent's commission. Now, let's just use some simple common sense here. House A does not offer commission. You really like this house. House B offers commission. You really like this house. Which house do you think most buyers will go with? House B. And that's because that seller is willing to compensate their agent, saving the buyer money. Now, for buyers, this can be a very, very tricky situation because buyers already have to come up with down payments. They have to come up with closing costs, especially if you're in an aggressive market. And now real estate commissions are being thrown at the buyer. This is a lot. Buying a house can already be one of the most stressful things that people do, and then you add in extra finances. What is going to happen? The truth is, no one knows what's going to happen until it happens. All we can do is set ourselves up for success. Be sure that clients are educated. I'm here to educate. When it comes to real estate commissions for myself and my clients, I already have a plan in place, so everything will be taken care of. The main thing to do is educate, educate, educate. If you are a seller, make sure you understand the benefits of listing your home with commission and without commission for the buyer's agent. If you are a buyer, make sure you save money. Save money, save money, save money, save money to pay for your agent's commission, plus down payment, plus closing costs, whatever the situation may be. When I get an update about what's going to happen with VA buyers, I will be sure to let everyone know. But for now, this is what the settlement is saying. Let's take a look at the NAR fact sheet settlement to make sure we aren't missing any details before we end this video. So right here, I really want to point this out on the NAR fact sheet settlement. It says practice changes. We were able to retain the right of consumers to continue to have cooperative conversation as an option, so long as they pursue it off the MLS through negotiation and consultation with real estate professionals. What this means, as I said before, is that the commission is not going to be listed on the MLS. Commission has to be negotiated outside of the MLS. And again, that's between the seller and the listing agent and the buyer and the buyer's agent. That is the biggest thing that you have to understand. Commissions are negotiable. Do not let anyone tell you this is the standard commission, this is the set price. No, commissions can be negotiated. I cannot stress that enough. Now, one other fact that I want to point out, it says, after the new rule goes into effect, MLS participants acting for buyers, in other words, realtors acting for buyers, would be required to enter into written agreements with their buyers before touring a home. That is the big key right there. You have to enter into a written agreement with your agent before touring homes. It says these agreements can help consumers understand exactly what services and value will be provided and for how much. That's a big key right there. Compensation must be discussed before you actually start touring homes with your agent. So in my opinion, this is just something that has shaken the real estate world, but I said it at the beginning of the video, in the middle of the video, and I'm gonna say it at the end of the video. We have to calm down. I believe this is going to be an opportunity for realtors to truly show their value, and I think it's just gonna be a good thing. I do see some negatives to it. I think that buyers may be the ones who are benefiting the least from this, simply because they do have the option to go directly to the listing agent now, but you really have to know what you're doing and keep in mind that the listing agent has the seller's best interests at heart. I think it's just something that happened. It is a change that's taking place, and I always believe that if the market shifts, do not panic, just pivot. I'll say that again. If the market shifts, don't panic, just pivot. So all we are going to do is educate, learn ourselves, learn what's going on, teach buyers and sellers of what's going on, and everything's going to be just fine. So don't panic. I hope this video has been valuable for you. As I get more information on this subject, I will be sure to put out videos and content relating to this. If this content has been valuable, or you're finding my information that I'm giving out on my channel valuable and entertaining, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. I would love for you to join this real estate family. All right, thank you so much for watching. Peace.